The ability to manifest
what you come up with
what you come up with
and make it real,
and make it real,
like you've done with your company.
like you've done with your company.
Yes. That's a skill
That's the skill set.
set. I spend
I've spent an unbelievable amount of time
helping people do it faster,
helping people to eat faster, quicker, better,
showing the shortcuts,
showing them the shortcuts, teaching them the strategy, teaching them the strategy, modeling what works. You can say yourself,
save yourself a decade.
But
I would submit
to you that having done this for 38 years
with
50 million people at this stage, I can tell you that the science of achievement, there are a lot of people that are damn good at that, and they still don't have an extraordinary life. They have an extraordinary life. You see it extraordinary. But I get the phone call from the multi-billionaire who tells me wants to do this thing on his business. But what you really find out is he's as miserable as hell. And he hoping somehow I'm going to rub off on him on that side too. And so I give him what I asked for the change in his business. But I also give him what he needs, which is the change inside of him. So the second skill is the art of fulfillment. If you want an extraordinary life, you can't just achieve. You gotta be fulfilled.
As simplistic as that sounds.
As simplistic as that sounds, but it's an art.
It's not a science.
It's not a science.
It's a science to make.
It's a science to making money. Come on. Any age, any color, any background, any gender.
You do these things,
if you do these things, you'll have an abundance of money.
You do these things,
you're gonna have too much money.
At the end of the money, you're gonna
at the end of the money.
Financial stress, right?
You're going to have financial stress, right? Body. Everyone's biochemically different. But you and I both know there's fundamental rules. Laws. There's a science of the body. You violate that science,
you're gonna have disease.
You're gonna have disease.
You're gonna have low energy.
You're gonna have low energy.
You align with that?
If you align with that, you're gonna have an abundance of energy.
It's gonna affect everything.
It's gonna affect everything in your life.
In your life, it's a science.
It's a science.
Fulfillment's not like that.
Fulfillment is not like that.
Fulfillment is
as different as there are
different as our
human beings.
You want to know God?
You want to know God?
Or the universe?
God all the universe lies.
Likes. Look at
Likes?
the jungle.
Look at the jungle.
Look at the forest.
Look at the forest.
Right.
It's diverse.
It's diverse. It's diverse. It's diverse.
Right?
Right? So
Most people.
most
think,
people think, well,
I want to get
I want to get that.
that.
I want to get that because they are modeling
And that might
somebody
work on how
else, and that might work on how to
achieve something.
achieve
It'll never
something,
work for what.
and will never work for what
I'll tell
will
you, how many
fulfill
people
me.
you know,
How many people you know,
like you,
like you,
got what you thought you
got what you thought you wanted,
wanted, and you
Wanted.
weren't fulfilled.
and you weren't fulfilled?
And that, I would
And that
always tell people,
I always tell people,
success without
success without fulfillment is ultimate.
ultimate failure. The
Fail.
ultimate failure. Because
The ultimate failure, because
if you go at something
if you go at something
and you fail and you're
and you fail
an achiever, you don't
and you're an achiever,
fail. You gotta learn
you don't fail, you're like,
something. I'll just
I learned something,
try something else.
I'll just try something
I'm gonna
else.
still get there. But when
I'm going to still get
you
there.
succeed
But when you succeed
and you're not happy,
and you're not happy,
so
so
a perfect
a perfect example
example of this, I'm
perfect example I mentioned in
mentioning the seminar
the seminar you were there
because it hit me
because it hit me
about
about
a
year
year
and a month
and a
ago.
month ago. We lost what I
Month
consider
ago, we lost what I consider
a national treasure,
a national treasure,
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
And I
And I asked
asked people, how many love
people, how many of you love Robin
Robin Williams?
Williams?
Everybody raised their hand.
Everybody raised their hand.
All around the world, right?
All around the world.
He made people
He made people laugh.
laugh, people were touched
People were touched by
by
him.
him.
Touched
So
by
how good
him.
was he at the
So how good was he at
science of achievement?
the science of achievement?
I mean, he wanted
I mean, he wanted to be a great
a comedian, make the whole
comedian
world laugh.
and make the whole world laugh.
He did. He wanted to have his own
He wanted to have his own TV show. He did.
TV show. He did. He wanted the number
He wanted the number one show.
one
He
show.
did
He did.
it.
He wanted to make
He wanted to make movies. He did.
movies. He did. He wanted to have an
He wanted to have an Academy Award
Academy Award for not being
for not being funny,
funny, dramatic, and he
dramatic, and he did
did.
it.
Right?
He did it,
He
yeah.
said
Right.
he wanted
He wanted a beautiful
a
family.
beautiful family. He achieved
Beautiful family. He achieved
everything,
everything,
and he hung himself.
and he hung himself.
That's crazy.
And I know recently
And I know recently
someone saying,
someone saying,
well, you know,
you know,
he had dementia.
he had dementia,
He had drug abuse.
he had drug abuse,
He had alcohol
he had alcohol
abuse. Most was
abuse through most of his
because
life
he made
because he made
everybody happy.
everybody happy but who?
Himself.
Himself.
That's the ultimate
That's the ultimate
failure. So if
Failure.
I had no
failure. So if I have no other message to
to offer your
offer your views,
viewers, and you let me give it to them
then let me give it to them
right now, I'll tell
right now,
you what I believe.
and I'll tell you what I believe.
I believe our life
I believe our lives are
lives are controlled
by
one force,
one force,
decisions.
decision.
I certainly believe in
I certainly believe in
force greater than
force greater than myself.
myself. Call God if you
Call it God if you will.
will,
Grace,
whatever you want
whatever you want to call it.
to call it, the universe.
The universe.
But I also believe it
But I also believe it
gives us choices.
gives us choice.
And the
And
decisions we make
the decisions we make
control us much
controls us much
more than the
more than the conditions we meet.
conditions we meet. It's not the conditions
It's not the conditions, it's your
it's your
decision.
decisions.
It's your
what to believe.
decision. Decisions on what to believe.
Decisions what to
Decision on what to do.
Decisions what to
Decision on what to give.
give. I say to people,
I say to people, think about.
Look back
Look back 10 years ago,
5 years ago,
5 years ago,
15 years ago, and think of a
15 years ago,
decision you
and think of a decision you made.
that if you would have made
That if you would have made
Different
a
decision,
different decision,
a totally
you would have a totally different life today.
Better or worse, I don't know.
Better or worse, I don't know.
But totally
But totally
different.
different.
The most important
The most important decision you could make
above any
above any on the face
on
of
the face
the
of the earth
face of the earth
is deciding
is deciding
that no matter what
that no matter what
happens in your life,
happens in your life,
no matter what happens,
no matter what happens,
you're going to live in a beautiful
you're gonna live in a beautiful state.
state. The decision
The decision
to say, I am
to say I'm not going to
that if
suffer,
suffering arises,
that if suffering arises,
pain's one thing,
pain is one thing,
suffering's another.
suffering is another.
Suffering is when you're like,
Suffering is when you're like,
suffering could be
suffering could be worry,
could be anger,
could be anger,
could be frustration.
could be frustration.
It's anything that takes you
It's anything that takes you
out of a beautiful state.
out of the beautiful state.
And here's what people don't
And to hear what people don't get.
You can end
You can end suffering
by stopping
focusing on
yourself.
yourself
Focus on something you want to serve
and focus on something you want to serve
greater than yourself.
greater than yourself.
Your children, your wife,
Your children, your wife,
your mission,
your mission, your life.
You can get out of it in an instant.
You can get out of it in an instant. You can get out of it in an instant.
Because the nature of the human
Because the nature of the human mind
is to constantly compare
is to constantly compare things.
things. Your mind,
Your brain is your brain is a 2 million year old device,
and it is not designed
and it's not designed
to make you happy.
to make you happy.
It's designed to make you
It's designed to make
survive.
you survive.
Right.
And that's why it's always
And that's why it's always looking for what's wrong.
looking for what's wrong. But
Looking for what's wrong.
you used to be
It's still to be what's
what's
wrong.
wrong, a saber-toothed
A saber-toothed
tiger. So I
tiger.
can protect myself.
So I can protect myself. Now people are worried about what people think about them.
Well, think about them. Or do they have
Think
enough
about them, or do they have enough money?
When 2/3 of the
Have enough money when 2/3 of the planet lives
$2 a day,
$2 a day,
and you're making 30
and you're making $38,000, you're rich.
The poorest of the
The poorest of the poor
poor
in our country
country are considered rich.
are considered rich.
That's not, I'm not
I'm not saying that
saying they should
it should stay that way.
stay that way.
Stay that way. But
You can only build
you can only build
on success.
on success.
My goal would
My goal is to have you
have you consider something.
consider something.
Life is short.
Life is short.
We don't know how short it's going to be.
We don't know how short it's going to be.
But
But
if you only had
if you only had a week to live,
I bet you would
I bet you
allow
won't
yourself to
allow yourself
suffer over
a
a little crap that
little crap
makes you crazy
that makes you crazy
normally. I think you
normally. I think
would
you would probably spend time
love
with this. You would to what you love.
you take
You would take
on a
in the sunset.
sunset. You'd smell the
You'll smell the air.
You would take in
You would take in everything.
everything in those final
In the final moments
moments that you possibly
that you possibly could.
do. So my thing is why wait?
So my thing is why wait?
Right.
Right? Why wait? Why not
Why wait? Why not just
just
decide
that if I start to
that if I start to suffer,
suffer, I know the solution
I know the solution
because suffering
because suffering is me.
is me
Is me obsessing about me.
about me. You might say it's not me.
You might say it's not me.
I'm worried about my
I'm worried about my
kids
kids.
because they're
My
not doing
kids
well.
because they're doing.
You're worried that
No, you're worried about that.
you haven't done enough for your
I
kids.
hadn't done enough for your
It's
kids.
about you still.
It's about you're still right.
Yes.
You know, you're worried
You know you're worried about
about what was done,
what was done
what you should have done,
or what you should have done
or what shouldn't have done.
or shouldn't have done.
And you can end
And you can end that.
that in an
End
instant by
that in an instant by
becoming aware
becoming aware
and saying,
of
I
it
have
and saying,
made the most important
I've made the most important
decision of all.
decision of all.
Right.
I'm going to live in a beautiful
I'm gonna live in a
state.
beautiful
Because
state
here's what's going to happen.
because here's what's gonna happen.
Anybody watching,
Anybody watching,
you may
you may
lose a family member,
lose a family member.
but you probably will.
You probably will.
Somebody may get
Somebody may get cancer.
your business,
Your business may,
the government might change
the government might change
the rules. They
the
might change
rules.
things
They might change things
radically. You
radically, and you
can't even do anything
can't
about it.
even
You
do anything else. You
might go bankrupt.
might go bankrupt.
You might get
You might get
divorced. I don't.
divorced.
I'm not saying anybody.
I'm
knows, but
not saying
no one
no one knows
knows what's going to really
what's gonna really
happen in your life.
happen in your life.
Life's full of uncertainty.
Life full of uncertainty.
But here's what you
But here's that you can know.
can know.
You
can
can
decide
know. You can decide
no matter what happens.
no matter what happens,
You're gonna have a great time.
you're gonna have a great time.
If
If
somebody like
Victor
Viktor Frankl
Frankl
can be locked up
can be locked up
in Auschwitz
in Auschwitz
and come out of
and come out of that
and experience
and experience
finding
fighting joy in the middle of Auschwitz,
then human beings
then human beings
have a capacity
have a capacity they understood
themselves on.
themselves on.
We think that
We think
the outside
the outside.
world determines how
We think the outside world determines
we feel.
how we feel.
If people
have
have to behave
behave
a certain way,
a certain way, if your husband, your wife, your kids,
or your coworker,
or your co-workers,
or whoever,
or whoever,
your boss
has to behave
a
certain way
for you to be happy.
for you to be happy.
And if they don't, you're unhappy.
And if they don't, you're unhappy.
Then you're always going to be unhappy.
Then you're always gonna be unhappy.
Because the more people around,
Because the people around you, the more they're gonna change.
the more they're going to change that because they're all human.
Because they are all human.
Right?
My invitation is
is as great
as great as it is to achieve,
more important
more important
to enjoy.
enjoy.